Big crypto moves being made, or just another step in the systematic process of first they resist it, then they sue it, then they regulate it, then they join it? That's what we're going to find out in today's video. My name is Coach JV from My Family's Heart to Yours. I love you very, very much. Now, as I said, we get hundreds message days, thousands per month around what we do, right? We will never proactively DM you. We do not invest people's money. Use discernment. There's so many scammers out there. In the description of the video down below, we have a licensed insurance agent team. I have a team of licensed insurance agents helping you with wealth protection, the infinity banking concept. We also have our education academy, the Warrior Academy, that's helped over 6,000, coming up on 900 warriors worldwide break free from the just overbroke system. And it's not what you think. There is no get rich quick. It does not exist. That's why we're in this situation. There's a reason why 1% of the population controls 97% of the wealth. Okay. In order to have a new situation in the next 24 months, you need to rewire the foundation. So what we do is we do 8 to 9 hours a day of research to speculate what we think is going to happen. But wherever the money flows, that's where the attention is always going to go. So when you look this way, there's a whole nother narrative going on this way. So like I said, in today's video, we're going to break down this came out from Yahoo Finance 3 hours ago. This was yesterday, so it had been 24 hours ago. So it's U.S. Senators Loomis and Gillibrand discuss a new crypto bill designed to protect consumers. So it's just another stage in the process. We know that Gillibrand and also Loomis are very, very crypto centric, crypto friendly. They've been working very hard to bring crypto into the landscape. What I'm here to tell you is the banks don't have a choice, family. They do not have a choice. Think about this. The old archaic banking system. You used to walk into a bank, you had a ledger, a piece of paper that they wrote down your balance. Then we went to interbanking, where they could call another bank and they could remove the balance. Then we went to online banking, where banks were communicating through a computer system, right? Then we had debit cards and credit cards, bill pay. Then we started getting things like Venmo and PayPal, decentralized. Well, it wouldn't be decentralized, would it? It would be non-bank financial institutions where we could do peer-to-peer transactions. They know they can't stop that. What they want to do is be part of it. So what you're first seeing is a resistance of it because they know it's a disruptive technology, right? First they resist it, then they sue it to slow it down, right? They keep saying we're technology neutral. Then they start to regulate it. Now we're heading into the phase of them joining it. And that's when you as an intelligent investor can make a large amount of money, because the price appreciation is when institutional money comes in. But you have to understand that you have to have an exit strategy. When everybody is super, super excited, we are selling. When everybody is fearful, we are buying. When we sell, we secure in things like Index Universal Life. We're going to be dabbling into real estate. I would say dabbling. We're getting in more into real estate, precious metals, businesses, things that are actually tangible that we can hold, feel, touch, and actually manage and grow. And we use boom and bust cycles to gain a good amount of wealth within a current paradigm, not get rich quick, but you're not going to get wealthy for sure unless you understand the mechanisms of money. So we're going to narrate just a little bit of this video here, and then we'll dive into how Google is diving into cryptocurrency, or accepting cryptocurrency, or accepting the blockchain technology, changing their thesis on it. We know that Grayscale is pushing back on the SEC, and then India to become the world's largest economy, or second largest economy, by 2075. There's massive transition happening within our global economic system. So let's take a look at this.
A bill that would create a regulatory framework that's very similar to other assets, but that would do so in a way that would foster innovation. Then we had FTX and...
Okay, do you see how they're all repeating the same thing? Foster innovation, technology neutral, right? It's just about regulating this new financial instrument. That's all it is, guys. It's not that crypto's going away. It's how are they going to regulate it? How are they going to be involved in it? And how are they going to integrate it with the traditional banking system, which is dying?
And other business failures surrounding digital assets that really set people back, and they were concerned about moving forward without assurance that we had double down on consumer protection. So that's what this bill does. The consumer protection provision is twice as long as it was. under the original bill. We're reintroducing it today and will once again have the opportunity to create a regulatory framework that will protect consumers, but also allow for innovation in this space.
Okay, so this is happening at a domestic level, right? Remember the BIS videos? If you haven't watched my previous videos, watch all the BIS videos I did this week, Bank of International Settlements. So sorry, that was on Monday's video. I think we talked about the girl from FedNow Services, or it might have been Friday. But basically, she was talking about it has to be fixed domestically, and then the domestic connects us to the cross-border payments, which is a global infrastructure. Right now, the BIS is working on global recommendations to be technology neutral, right? And then figure out the framework for cryptocurrency and crypto assets and stable coins. And then by the end of 2023, they will have the recommendations globally, right? We'll have the Ripple case settlement, hopefully in September, based on the fact that Judge Torres, right, will have to go to appellate court if she doesn't decide on this. And so I really believe that the Ripple case was all by design to bring in regulation, to slow down cryptocurrency and innovation within America, because America is extremely behind and extremely sloppy in our finances.
And Senator Gillibrand, I know that there was this concern over how these things are defined as digital assets versus securities. And it does seem from the wording in the bill here that it mostly comes under the purview of the CFTC as assets. Why that decision?
That's not what the bill says, actually. And I think it's a misinformation created by people who want the bill to fail. In fact, what the bill does is looks at digital assets and defines them by their characteristics. So a digital asset that has the characteristics of a security as defined by the Howey test, which is the legal standard, if it meets the Howey test, then it's a digital security. If it does not, and it is fully decentralized and has the hallmarks of a commodity, then it's a digital commodity.
So this is exactly what they're doing right now, guys. It's not that cryptocurrency is going away. They've decided Bitcoin's a commodity. Pull up Bitcoin CFTC. They have a whole thing. Bitcoin's a commodity, right? Okay. Then you have a currency, a cryptocurrency, which I believe is XRP. It makes money current. It moves it across a rail. And then you'll have a security where a lot of these crypto companies and influencers are going to get screwed because they are managing securities. They are you're giving them money in the hopes that that person running that or that company running that will give you a profit back, right? You're almost buying equity, not equity in the company. Would that be the right thing to say? So like, for example, let me give you an example. If you buy Apple stock, you're buying stock or shares in that company. When you buy a crypto that basically has no other real world solve like cross-border payments or is deemed as a store of value, right? Like a commodity, but it relies on the efforts of the owner or the ecosystem, that means you're buying a security. You have ownership in that and you're relying on the person who created that to make you a profit, right? So that's what they're working to define right now. Like, what is XRP? What is XLM? What is QNT? What is the infrastructure? And there'll be these classes that they get put into, and they'll be regulated like the normal financial system, which could be good, bad, or indifferent, which who knows? We'll see what happens.
And so we're very clear that assets that are being offered to raise money, like a stock is for a centralized company, that's going to be a digital security because it qualifies and satisfies the Howey test. There's over 50.
She just explained. I didn't know she was going to talk about that. But basically, do you see what I'm saying? Like, if you buy something and you expect a return from that company based on that one thing, then that's a security, a digital security.
15,000 cryptocurrencies right now. Most of them, the vast majority of them, are going to be considered to be digital securities. So the workload by the SEC and CFTC will both be enormous. The one digital asset that has largely been considered to be a commodity by almost all experts is Bitcoin. And so Bitcoin
Okay, so this is where I'll stop the video because they just go on and on. But I just said that. So they've already deemed Bitcoin as a commodity. So we know that Bitcoin is a commodity. It's like gold, right? It's like the digital gold. So then they go after Ripple and XRP as a digital security. Or is it that they went after a true currency in order to create the regulatory framework? They went after the third largest crypto on market cap in 2020, the most well-run company, who went to the SEC over and over again, said, hey, are we operating within the rules? Are we operating within the rules? So they go after the most well-run company, a true digital asset that is already operating with cross-border payments, in order to provide, after 3 years, when they knew they were coming to this. Why would it last this long, guys? Why? Well, maybe, I mean, conspiracy, maybe, I don't know, but 3 year 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. And then all of a sudden we're starting to get all this clarity from the BIS. We're going to get clarity from the G20. We're getting clarity from, internally, domestically. Now, ironically, the case until 2023. So what I think is going to happen is they're going to deem it a non-security, and then all these other cryptocurrencies are fucked. There's going to be a ton that are screwed, guys. Excuse my language. Like, I'm not married to my crypto. I'm using crypto and these digital assets, and I'm going to be holding 50% of most of my intrinsic values for long term, and I'm exiting 50% in this bull run coming up, and I'm securing that shit. It's going to radically transform my family's wealth timeline. You can't be married to these cryptos, guys. It'd be like being married to the .com and all these, because there's so much VC money, so much stuff pumped into it, and there is going to be a massive destruction in a lot of the cryptocurrencies, a lot of influencers, a lot of things happening, a lot of people who accepted money for crypto. I'm so proud of myself and our team. We have never accepted money from a cryptocurrency company, ever. Not one dime. We denied it over and over because I knew this moment was coming. I could feel it in my soul, and it was just not aligned with my morals or ethics or my principles, right? And I'll just go over this article real quick, and the rest is kind of irrelevant. But Google Play changes policies and tokenizes digital assets, allowing NFTs in apps and games. The company is opening up the ability for developers to let users buy or sell or earn digital assets in an app, as long as they maintain transparency and adhere to their rules. Key rules. This is all about regulation, right? So this is the key factor of this, family. We are in a transition. It is here. Everybody's like, oh, there's, this date they're going to flip a switch. This date they're going to flip a switch. This date. It's not a flip of a switch. It's a methodical transformation of an old archaic banking system. Whether you resist it, whether you support it, whether you ignore it, you're going to be operating in it in the next 10 years. The people who are resisting it will be using it without even knowing in the future. People will be using cryptocurrency that still deny cryptocurrency at their local bank. They won't even know when they just know that it's faster and more convenient, right? You don't know how the internal workings of this phone are. You don't know what happens inside of this phone, but you still use it. First, we resist it, then they sue it, then they regulate it, then they join it. Then you as a public, you get used to it. So the very thing that you're resisting right now will be the thing that you're using unknowingly in the next 10 years. So it's about taking a deep breath, stepping back, getting into the 30,000 foot overview and asking yourself, what does the future look like? And how can we use this technology for good? Okay. So I hope this information reaches you well. We're in a really cool transition. Patience are very, very important right now. Being non-emotional about these markets. It's going to be extremely volatile on the back end of this 2023. We got 2024 coming up. We got November 4th, 2024 presidential election, which is going to absolutely radically transform America. If you look at Ray Dalio, look at facts, figures, numbers, logic. Ray Dalio, we're heading into the decline of the superpower, which is America. Just financially, we're screwed. Politically, we're screwed. We can't even get along as Americans now, and that's all by design. So I'm not here to fight an invisible enemy. I'm not going against anybody. I'm working harder on myself than I do anything else. Taking care of my family. I'm doing things like not watching pornography, no masturbation. I'm studying the Bible. I follow the God and follow the life of Christ as closely as possible. I'm not perfect by any means, but I'm doing what I can within my current paradigm, because in the beginning is the end. The decisions I make today on this Thursday, what's the date today? July 13, 2023. The decisions I make today are what's going to affect my reality tomorrow. Decisions I make as a father are going to affect my family's timeline. The decisions I make today will be the reality tomorrow. I'm not waiting for a savior. I'm not waiting for a next president to come back. I'm taking action now. An indecision is a decision. We have to stop waiting for a savior when we've already been saved. You have the ability to act. You have the ability to walk. You have the ability to talk. You have the ability to think. You have the ability to take massive, massive action in one of the most radical transformations we've ever experienced in our living history. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. As we always say, warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go. I'll remind you, we will never proactively DM you. Those are all scammers. I hate that I have to do this on every video, but I'd rather protect you guys than have a, not this type of stuff, not on the video. I know it's not properly, or I don't do any editing on my videos as well, but in the description down below, there's the Warrior Academy, and you can set up a free consultation. It's a free consultation. You won't send us money with my wealth protection team. And on the bottom of the application, you'll see the picture of the wealth team, and you will know you're talking to our team. So we love you guys. We appreciate you. Warriors, rise, get your shit together.